Hello. Today I'm giving a step-by-step walkthrough of a $400 billion stimulus program known as the Employee Retention Tax Credit. It is also known as ERC or ERTC. So I am going to be walking you through the process, but first I'm going to tell you a little bit about the program. This is a program initiated under the CARES Act. Then I'm going to take you through our survey that we use. We work with experts to help you get access to this stimulus, which is your tax credit. And then I will walk you also through the email correspondences you will receive, as well as the additional uploading of documentation that you will need to provide as going through this process to ensure that it goes smoothly, quickly, and that you're able to get your claimed funds in a timely manner. So the Employee Retention Tax Credit was launched in March of 2022. Along with PPP and EIDL, but is still very unknown among small business owners. This is a payroll tax credit, so this is for small business owners with 500 employees or less, and that's W-2 employees can take advantage of this tax credit. Now, the tax credit on payroll is a refundable credit that you can claim on 2020 and or 2021. So if you had employees in 2020 or 2021, there's a possibility that you may qualify for this tax credit. Now, this tax credit is for those businesses that were impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic and may have had shutdown or had issues due to the government shutdown orders that were initiated through the COVID-19 pandemic. So there's three different ways that you can qualify. So when I go through the survey, I will be going through those different ways. So some people were told, or some businesses were told they didn't qualify because they didn't have a revenue loss. Let me assure you that it is not only a revenue loss that qualifies you for this program. Also, one of the biggest changes that was made to this program since the beginning was that initially you could not get this tax credit and get PPP. They changed the rules that opened this credit up to millions more of small businesses that can claim this credit, even if they received PPP. So I encourage you all to please like this, hit that love button, share it, tag a business owner, because I'm telling you, millions of business owners still don't know if they qualify. We have already helped hundreds of businesses get access to their credit, be able to claim their credit. The largest amount that I've been able to help a business owner get is $500,000. $500,000. So I don't know how much you would qualify for. I don't even know if you qualify, but it takes 5 to 10 minutes to determine if you do. So it ranges of what you may qualify for. I've seen people qualify for 1,000, some qualify for 10,000, 15,000, but something is better than nothing. So all of these businesses that we have helped, they would have gotten zero. They didn't know about it. No one told them about it. Their payroll company didn't tell them about it. Their accountant didn't tell them about it. And so that's why we rely on you all to continue to share our videos and this information so we can continue to help business owners. Business owners still need help. They're still experiencing challenges, and some businesses are still on the verge of closing, right? They need access to capital. And what if you can help them by sharing information and they take the survey, find out that they're approved, and again, now they're able to have a financial lifeline for their business. And whereas they were going to give up on their business, they're like, oh, hold up, wait a minute. I didn't know I could qualify for this. And now I know I can qualify and I have some funds coming. That is transformational for a business. So again, this is an amazing tax credit. I'm going to run through the qualifications and the form. So it's a lot to get through. So I'm going to go ahead and start the process. Okay. So again, for those of you that are just joining, this is ERC. I was looking all of 2021 with someone to partner with or a company to partner with that really understood this program, because it is more complex than PPP and more complex than EIDL. So it is not easy for business owners to be able to get if you are not well versed in IRS regulations. So this is not administered by the SBA. It is administered by the U.S. Treasury, the IRS. You will find the tax code related to this program. So if someone told you, oh no, this is not real, this doesn't exist, please, it does exist. Do your due diligence. You could go straight to the IRS and you can go on this website here and look at the code. So we partner with this company called Ertc Specialists, and they do amazing work. And they have payroll experts, accounting experts, attorneys on the team. They have former IRS agents on the team to make sure that you get your maximum credit and that they also maintain compliance with regards to this program. Now, once you submit your survey, you should expect the process to analyze your documentation, all your information to determine how much you qualify for. That can take between 2 and 3 weeks. And then after that, they send you your analysis for your approval and for you to sign, and then it's in the hands of the IRS. So once it's filed with the IRS takes about 7 to 8. They're taking about 7 to 8 months to actually deposit your funds. Okay, so I'm just going to scroll down here really quickly before I jump into the survey, so that this is a really good video. So I would encourage you, when you click on this website, the link is in the description. It is scrolling across the page, across the screen, but this is a good, really good explainer video of this program and how it works. You can see more information below. Again, it says COVID-19 has been a challenge. It's been a challenge for all of us, right? As the world shut down, the economy came to a halt, leaving the future of many businesses in a very precarious position. So as they began normalcy, businesses now have the focus on recovering, right? And fortunately, several government programs are easing this process, right? So they're making the process easier. One such program is this employee retention credit, or I said employee retention tax credit, which is a generous stimulus, and it is generous, right? Designed to bolster those businesses that were able to retain their employees during a challenging time due to the extremely complex tax code and qualifications. It is severely underutilized because business owners get intimidated really quickly if they don't understand, and then they give up on the process. That's why I partner with experts that know what they're doing, and you have me to help you through the process. Now, you can get up to $26,000 per W-2 employee. This credit is available for 2020 and quarters 1 through 3 of 2021. Qualify with decreased revenue or a COVID event. No limit on funding. So although I said 400 billion, there is no limit on the funding. So when you submit your survey, if you qualify, you will get your refundable tax credit. Okay, so ERC is a refundable tax credit. You see here, you can see the IRS tax code is going to take you directly to the IRS, so you can read for yourself that this is a legitimate, a real program. Okay, so the numbers speak for themselves, and how much we've been able to help business owners be able to get over 3,500 businesses reached, over 630 million credits recovered, and over 53,000 employees have qualified. Okay, so I'm going to get right into the qualifying. So when you come on to this homepage, you can read that. There's a lot of information, including a blog, so you can become more aware on this program. So once you get that out of the way, you can click this button here to begin qualifying. This is your qualifying survey to determine if you qualify, right? And then how much you may qualify for. And in this survey, they're going to give you estimates. So just know it's an estimate. It is not the confirmed amount. That is not confirmed until the experts have an opportunity to go through your documentation. Now, once you arrive at this screen, this is the survey. So at the top, it says qualifying questions. If you have multiple companies to qualify, please input and qualify each company separately. Okay, that's important because I know right now I'm working with the business owner. She has like 7 companies. So for each company, you want to submit a survey. Okay, each company for which you have W-2 employees, you want to submit a survey. And it says, before you begin, please read. I cannot tell you how important it is to read completely so that you understand everything before you get started. Okay, so it even has a disclaimer here. So let me put here. Okay, great. So you all can hear me. Let me know that you can hear me out there. Okay, so if I scroll down, right, it says before you begin, it has a disclaimer, right? So it's again telling you about this robust, program. Is telling you that the following questions would take a few minutes. It is essential to read the questions through and answer them correctly. This is not a time where you want to play guessing games. You want to make sure that you have your records, that you know exactly the information to put in. Please do not guess, right? Because you are going to cause more delays for yourself. And this is not a program that you want to delay. So you want to make sure you have all your numbers, all your information with you when you start this survey. Okay. And so not only is it essential, it says, please do not guess, do not estimate, and do not embellish. I say that because I cannot tell you, we help with a number of different programs, and unfortunately, many business owners embellish numbers. Oh, just put your real numbers, okay? Whatever your numbers are, put them. Whatever information you have, just make sure it's accurate and complete. So then the ERC specialists utilize your answers to determine which quarters they will file on your behalf with the IRS. Once submitted, your responses cannot be changed. So that's why it's so important that you know the information, that you provide accurate information the first time, because you will not be able to change it. Okay, so this is serious. Okay, so if you qualify, they will send you a link to upload important payroll documentation, which will be required to precisely calculate the expected credits that you are qualifying for. Along with the answers provided in the questionnaire, then conduct a thorough analysis to determine your credit. Once your analysis is completed, the team will process and file your return, and then you will be required to attest to the information, provided that it is true and accurate. So I've said this many times with the other program, is the same for this one. You are attesting that the information that you are providing is true and accurate, okay? And you are signing to that, okay? So this is, again, take it seriously. Please have the following information about your business available before you begin the questionnaire. So you want to have your average number of full-time employees for 2019. So the credit, how it works is everything is being compared to 2019, okay? So a full-time employee is considered someone that works 30 hours a week. Now, for those that don't have full-time employees, that does not mean you don't qualify. The qualifier is based on number of full-time employees, right? So I already told you that you have to have 500 or less W-2 employees to qualify. That means if you have multiple companies and those multiple companies have over combined 500 full-time employees, you would not qualify for this credit. So it has to be under 500. So for the 2020 credit, the maximum full-time employee count is 100, and for 2021, the maximum is 500. Okay. So I hope that's clear. Number 2, gross receipts for each quarter, 2019, 2020, and 2021. So you will need to provide total deposit sales, not including your PPP. So I say this all the time. Your sales is money, what you generated in your business from products and services, right? Things you sold. That is your gross sales, the deposits into your bank account. So you should be able to pull these reports, your gross receipts, directly from your accounting system. So you can definitely work with your accountant if you have one to pull these documents I help you pull these documents for you. Okay. I know my bookkeeper, she sends me my reports on a monthly basis. Now, do not include any of your PPP funds. People do that, and then you're skewing the numbers. Okay. PPP was another stimulus program that, again, is non-taxable at the federal level. It is not considered your business income. Number 3, be ready to answer questions about government shutdowns that impacted your business. An example of qualified shutdown would be if your vendors experienced a shutdown and you could not obtain critical goods. So throughout this survey, you will get a number of different examples to help you be able to relate which one applies to your particular business. Okay, so then you're going to come to this next screen and it says, did you pay any W-2 wages in 2020 or 2021? Okay, the ERC credit is calculated on a percentage of W-2 wages paid. 1099 wages do not qualify. Okay, so no, the wages of majority owners like myself with over 50% ownership and their immediate relatives that are paid on W-2 do not qualify for this ERC program. Wages for all other W-2 employees still qualify. So I'm going to put yes. Okay. So you're going to answer this question accurately based on your business. So we're going to put yes and my company name. I'm just going to put a test case here and you put your company name there. Okay. The next question, when did you start your business? So you're going to select the answer below. Did your business start operating before February 15th of 2020? Or did you start your business after February 15th of 2020? So you're going to accurately indicate when you started your business. The great thing about this program that you didn't have with PPP and you didn't have with EIDL is that for startup businesses, for new businesses can qualify for this program if you meet certain criteria and if your business started on or after February 15th. That's why this is another game-changing program for many millions of small business owners that started like during COVID-19 that were left out of PPP, EIDL, and other stimulus programs. So I select that I started before February 15th. So if you started after, you're going to select that. Now we come to the next question. How many full-time employees did you average in 2019? So it's going through a list of information here. The important thing, you want to read through all of it. I'm not going to read through every single part, but a full-time employee is classified as someone that worked at least 30 hours. So you need to know for the purpose of this credit, what is considered a full-time employee. So at least 30 hours per week or 100 hours per month in 2019. So remember, this question is based on the average amount of employees in 2019. There's an important note: if you own over 50% of multiple companies, the IRS aggregate rule requires that you combine the full-time employee counts of all companies that you are majority owner in. So again, if you have multiple businesses, so maybe you're a franchise, right? Or you just have multiple businesses, period. When you enter the count, you want to make sure you account for all full-time across all of the companies, okay? Just make sure you do that. And then it's giving you a note about businesses over 100, but under 500 full-time employees in 2019 do not qualify for ERC funds in 2020. Okay. So because I said that in 2020, you're limited to 100 full-time FTEs. Okay. Part-time employee wages do not qualify for the ERTC program. This question only requires a full-time employee count. So you're only putting the full-time employee count. You're not considering the part-time, but that doesn't mean that you won't get the credit if you have part-time employees. Okay. So select the answer below. My business averages less than 100 full-time employees in 2019. My business averaged over 100, but under 500 full-time employees in 2019. Or number 3, my business averaged over 500 employees in 2019. So I have under 104 employees. So I'm going to click that, and then I'm going to click next. Okay. So click what applies to you. Employee retention tax credit qualification options. So the following screen will present 3 different ways that your company can qualify for the employee retention credit. Please answer the questions in these 3 sections to determine your eligibility for the program. So we're still in the eligibility phase here, determine if you qualify. Okay. So again, I said there's 3 different ways. This is the first way, revenue reduction. So this is the most straightforward way to qualify for this credit. In this form, to qualify for revenue reduction during the qualified period of the program, the revenue reduction requirements for qualifications are below. So for 2020, you need to have a 50% reduction of gross sales for 2020 quarter as compared to the same quarter in 2019, when and if revenue reduction in 2020 gets back to 80% of the 2019 level, the qualifications end. So that's why knowing your numbers, your revenue is so important to determine if you qualify for the 50% and which point did it get back up to the 80% level. 2021, they changed some rules. So in 2021, you only need a 20% reduction of gross sales for 2021 quarter as compared to the same quarter in 2019, or in 2020 if you were not in business during the quarter in 2019. The alternative look back option allows the business to use the previous quarter compared to the same in 2019 quarter to qualify. So note that that for any periods that you qualify for revenue reduction, we will request your P&L statements. These are your profit and loss statements to substantiate your claim. So again, you have to be transparent. You're going to need to provide your financials. That's the only way that they can confirm, verify, validate that you meet the revenue reduction requirement. But again, this is not the only way, because many businesses have been told or were told that they did not qualify because they had no reduction in revenue. So let's move to the next screen. So were your gross receipts total deposits for the last quarter in 2020 less than 50%? Okay, of gross receipts in the same quarter of 2019. So now that you have your information, you know if the answer is yes or no. Now maybe yes for one quarter and no for another, right? So you may qualify for all quarters, and you may just qualify for some quarters. Again, it's based on the information, the accuracy of the information that you're providing. Okay. So which 2022 quarters were you down 50% of your gross revenue, your gross sales or gross revenue compared to 2019 levels? So you're going to select which quarters meet this standard. Okay. So then you're going to go to the next screen. Did your gross receipts get back up to 80% of 2019 pre-COVID levels? So example, in any quarter 2020, did your gross receipts return to 80% of COVID levels? So I'm going to click no here. So for a lot of businesses, the answer was no. But for some businesses, the answer was yes, right? So we can click next. So then you go to the 2021 qualifiers. So 2021 credits are the largest in the ERC program, with up to $7,000 per employee per quarter. So please answer which qualifications apply to your business. So make selection below. The first option, my first quarter 2021 gross revenue was 20% lower than quarter 1 2019, or quarter 1 2020 if not in business in 2019. Okay. Or you can select the next option. This does not apply to my business. So I'm going to select the first option and move to the next screen. Okay, so you're going to select what applies to your business. 2021's quarter 2 revenue qualifier. The 2021 credits is the largest, with 7,000 credit per employee per quarter. So the question, make your selection. My quarter 2 of 2021 gross revenue was 20% lower than that quarter in 2019. Or quarter 22 if your business was not in operation in 2019. I'm going to select that option. If this does not apply to your business, select it does not apply to your business. Okay, now we're to quarter three revenue qualifier. The 2021 credits, again, same qualifications. Now, my quarter three 2021 gross revenue was 20% lower than 2019, or quarter three if the business was not operating in quarter three of 2019. So I'm selecting the first option. You select the option that applies to your business. So then that's the end of the qualifying questions for revenue reduction. Then we move on to qualification option number 2, which is supply chain disruption. Okay, so you can qualify on all bases, some bases, one basis, right, or none. Okay, so there's many opportunities for a business to qualify for that unfortunately many businesses that don't know about, and this is one of them. The supply chain disruption is a common qualification for businesses that rely on vendors and suppliers for their business to function properly. So this qualification must have resulted from a government suspension order to your supplier that resulted in the supplier not being able to deliver the critical goods to you, but may continue beyond the original suspension order. The specific requirement for this qualification is listed below. The impacts qualify a company regardless of revenue gain or loss. Okay, and then it's referring you to the IRS notice that you can review. So the supply chain qualification, more than nominal impact. So just giving you some information here. The supply chain disruption must have resulted in more than 10%. So pay attention to these percentage. More than 10% impact on your business. This can be directly from a reduction in sales, from the inability to procure that supply item, or from the impact of not being able to procure the item the item had on your business. To calculate the more than 10% impact, evaluate the impact on the supply item in your 2019 gross receipts. For example, if you were not able to procure a pallet for shipping goods, consider how much your business relied on pallets in order to operate in 2019. Okay, if it was more than 10%, this qualification can apply. No replacement supplier. So this is the business must not have been able to find a replacement supplier for the supply item affected by the government suspension order. Now we can move on to the next screen. So that gives you a point of reference when you move into seeing if you qualify under the supply chain disruption. Okay, so the cumulative impact again of the disrupted supply must have directly or indirectly represented more than 10% of your gross sales. This does not mean that your revenue must have decreased to use this qualification. So if you were able to find a replacement supplier that resulted in less than 10% impact of your business, this qualification does not apply. So in this instance, I'm going to select yes. If this does not apply to you, click no. Okay, then you will move on to the next qualifier. How many types of supply items were you unable to procure due to supply chain disruption? So you need to know what impact it had on your business, what supplies, and how many. So you're going to list them, right? So you're going to click this and list how many items were impacted here. So I'm going to select one. So if you select two, then it will give you options to enter for two different supplies. So you will see this additional information that it's asking for. So I need to state what the item is. So let's just put that it was pallets. Okay. So that's the supply item. And let's just say it was 500, right? So your supplier item number, how much was it? How much of these items was it? In what state is the supplier of item 1 located? So you're going to indicate what state that they're located in. Let's just say Ohio. Okay. So you know where your suppliers are located and your vendors. In which of quarter 2020 quarters was your business impacted by more than 10% due to cumulative impact of these disruptions due to supply chain items? This does not mean revenue must have decreased in 2020. We're only talking about the supply chain. So let's just say quarter 2. Okay. In quarter 1, which quarters was your business impacted 10% or more? You're going to put again the quarters that apply, right? So I'm going to put Q2 in 2021. My business was not able to find a reasonable replacement for these items. So if you were able to find a reasonable replacement, again, then you would not qualify for under this particular qualifier. Okay. Qualifier option number 3, partial or full suspension. Okay. Partial or full suspension. Qualification is based on the suspension test to demonstrate that your operations were either partially or fully suspended due to a COVID-19 government order. So keep in mind, a government restriction may have had a direct impact on your operation, even though that shutdown order was not given to you directly. So it's important to note that this qualification only applies during the period of the actual government order. So since there were very few shutdown orders during 2021, this qualification mainly applies to 2020. Okay. And so our partners have a list of they have compiled a list of every shutdown order across the United States. Okay. So ERC full or partial suspension qualification requirements. So you had to have more than a nominal impact. So partial suspension from government order must have had more than a nominal effect, which means that the effect it affects more than 10% of your business operations. Okay. So for many businesses, they had well over 10%. Okay. So they're saying you only did affect at least 10%. This impact comes from reduction in business hours of 10% or more, or suspension of your business operations that represented 10% or more of gross receipts as compared to 2019. Okay. And again, they're stating here in bold letters, this does not mean that a 10% reduction in sales is required to qualify. I've said that more than 3 times. But the order must have suspended at least 10% of your revenue producing operations. That's the difference. Gross receipts example. So it's giving you some gross receipts examples here. They give an example of a radiation clinic that to stop elective procedures. So we know a lot of medical chiropractors, dentists, optometrists had to partially suspend, right? So this radiation clinic stopped elective procedures during Q2 and Q3 of 2020. The business reviewed their gross receipts for Q2 and Q3 of 2019 and determined that the suspended elective procedures represented 18% of their total gross receipts during those quarters, and this business qualifies for these 2 quarters. Okay? Inability to convert to telework. So we know some businesses were able to convert to telework, but some were not. So if the business was able to effectively convert to a remote work environment that mitigated the nominal impact on the business, they do not qualify for this qualification. Okay. Then it's giving you some more examples here that I'll let you read once you go through the survey yourself. Again, this is a reminder that the link to this survey is scrolling across the screen. It is in the description in the show notes of this video, and I'll be sure to drop it in the comments as well. So once you've seen this video, you can go ahead, gather all your documentation, and then complete the survey. Okay. So, and if you know your information already, go ahead and complete the survey. Okay. So we're going to go to the next screen. Did you experience a full or partial suspension due to the COVID-19 shutdown order? And you're going to say yes or no. And when you click yes or no, it's going to ask you for the type of suspension. Was it reduction in hours, inability to access equipment, reduction in services offered, a reduction in capacity, travel restrictions, or actual suspension? So it's giving you a number of options here, okay? So I'm going to put reduction in hours, okay? So it's going to ask you to just give a brief description, okay? So maybe you say, you know, the order reduced hours, you know, of my staff by 20%. Okay. So it's good to put explanation in here. That's going to help them understand your particular unique situation and apply it to your business qualifications. And then here's a section here. I have another suspension claim. So I don't. So in which 2020 quarters were you impacted by the suspension? So I'm going to put quarter 2 and quarter 3. You put the quarters that apply to you. And they're asking the same thing for quarter 2021. Okay. So I'm just selecting quarter 1 for 2021 and I'm going to go to the next. Okay. So ERC qualifications result test. You're at this screen. So it's either going to tell you, no, you don't meet the qualifications, or it's going to say, like it says on my screen, congratulations. Based on your responses, you qualify for the below quarters. Depending on your qualifications, you will see your substantiation statements below. These statements will be retained to substantiate your claim with the IRS. And so you see, based on the information that I provided them, it has check marks on the quarters that I qualify for, right? So you can qualify for different reasons for different quarters. The same reason may not apply for the same quarter. And then it's also, again, giving me more information on the supply chain disruption. So again, when you scroll down here, you see all of this information here. You qualify, you're going to go to the next screen. Okay. In 2020, how many W-2 employees did you average? So it's asking you now to take an average of your employees. You're going to put it here. So for those that have part-time employees, if you have part-time employees here, you want to put that amount here as well, right? So how many employees did you average? You want to make sure you have that number. So we use these employee counts to provide the estimate of your possible credit upon qualification. The employee count entered will have no impact on your qualification. So I'm just going to put 10. The majority of small businesses have 20 employees or less. So I just want you all to know that. In 2021, they're asking you the same question. So I'm going to put 20 because it was the same. So it may not be the same. Maybe it was, you had one average in 2020 and another average in 2021. Okay. So great news, test case. Okay. But it's going to have your business name there. Great news, business owner. Based on your answers, you do qualify for the ERC program. Fill out the basic information below to see how much you may qualify for. So I'm going to put my information here, right? So you're going to put your name here. You're going to put your telephone number. Okay, your email address. I'm putting my real email address because I want this test case to come to me. And then you're going to put your job title. What job title do you hold? Owner, CEO, CFO, COO, whatever you want to put there. And then you're going to put your address. Then you're going to put your state. What state do you live in? Hold on just a second. You're going to put the state. And this is good because it would tell you if you got information wrong or it's incorrect or it doesn't meet the requirements of the field, you will see a light up in red letting you know, hey, this alert, this is not the correct information. Okay. So who introduced you to ERC specialist? So you want to put the person's name. That would be me. So my name is Shantae Roddy. You can put that here. You can put optional email of the individual that handles your payroll. And they will email them a copy of your document. You definitely do want to be in contact with your accounting professionals. What industry are you in? So you're just going to list your industry here. And then you're going to check this box. By checking, you attest to the answers provided that are accurate to the best of your knowledge and agree to the terms and conditions. So you want to read the terms and conditions, and then you're going to hit submit. And then you see it says, please wait. Okay. And so it's processing and saying document upload link. And we're waiting for it to process here. So you see, it's giving me an estimate. So it's saying document upload link sent. It was sent to my email. So please make sure you double check your inbox and your spam folder. And then you want to make sure that you have an ERC specialist email added to your safe sender list, so you're not missing their correspondence. And it's letting you know, based on the information that you provided, where it's being sent to. So please check this right here, because many people I've checked and they provided the wrong information. It's easy to make a typo, or maybe you do it. I highly recommend you do it on your computer, but some of you all do it on your cell phones, and then it auto corrects and then it messes it up. So, but if it's not the correct email, you'll be thinking you're not getting a response when indeed you submitted the wrong email. So if you notice it's a problem, you definitely want to follow up with the correction. But the email is going to be sent. Check your inbox and your spam just in case, with the link to upload your documents. Your estimated potential ERC credit amounts are below. We ask that you upload within 24 hours. That's why I say, please just go gather your information as quickly as possible, so that they can get working on your analysis, okay? So you will see also on here, based on the information that I put, is telling me what my estimated amounts for 2020 and 2021 that I qualify for. So based on the information, in 2020, I qualified for 40,000. In 2021, I qualified for 77. Again, these are estimates. They are not the true numbers. You won't get the true numbers until analysis is done based on the documentation that you submit. And it's saying here, no, this credit is issued by the IRS and is subject to the IRS backlog. Currently, the ERC refund will take about 16 weeks minimum, and this time frame will increase as more claims are filed. So we recommend uploading required documents as soon as possible. So I already said that they have a backlog. That's the minimum, but they're running about 7 to 8 months before you can actually get this credit deposited into your account. Now, I'm going to stop sharing this screen, because I'm going to then share the email that you should expect to receive. So I'm going to share this email. This is one of my test cases that I did because I always want to know, go through the process so I can better help those that are trying to complete the process, right? So let me just make sure it's on the screen for you, and it is. So when you submit your information, you will receive an email. Okay, let me make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay, there we go. Okay, so it will look like this. Okay, you will see ERC specialist, support at ercspecialist.com, and it's thanking you for your submission. Congratulations on qualifying. Based on your responses, it's saying what your estimate is. Okay, again, it's an estimate. Next steps is to upload your documentation. So what? We can complete your analysis. So use the link below to visit our secure uploading page. Details and instructions for required documents are provided during the upload. So we ask that you upload your documents within 24 hours to expedite the process. And so you have this here. You have their website here, and this is the button that you will click. It's a blue button with white letters. You click this, and then it will take you where you need to go to upload your files. Okay, so I'm going to stop sharing this screen. And again, I'm taking you through the process steps. And this is the last screen that I'm going to share. And this is, again, the screen that you will see when it's time for you to upload your documentation. Okay, I just want to make sure that it's displaying correctly on the screen. All right. Okay, so now you come to this screen. So once you get your email here, let's go. Let's download these documents. It's going to bring you to this screen. Upload required documents here. Please follow instructions below to upload the required documentations. We ask that you upload documents again. So again, they're continually reminding you, the faster you upload, the faster that they can get working on your behalf to do your analysis. So this is important in red. Please read again. Due to the extremely high volume of customers using our services, correct documents must be uploaded for us to accurately and efficiently claim your credit. Please ensure you follow the instructions below to provide the information required by the IRS. It's not optional. It is required by the IRS. Providing inaccurate and incomplete documentation will lead to a significant delay in completing filing your and or reduction of your credit amount. Okay, so once you read that, you're going to scroll down and you're going to put your company name. You're going to see your company name there, so it's already populated. Detailed payroll report. So the information that you put is now populated on the screen, okay, based on the information that you provided. Your payroll report instructions to select your payroll provider. So you are going to click this button, this field here, and you're going to click your payroll provider. And you see it gives you a list of the top, right, payroll providers that are available, but perhaps yours is not listed on here. You're going to select other. Okay. So, I use QuickBooks. I'm going to put QuickBooks here. So it's going to take you here. It's going to tell you what to do to navigate. Please download correct payroll data from your QuickBooks. And it's giving you the details on what you need to include. Now, I know some business owners in the past have, they may have submitted their summary reports, but you need to have your employees' data, names, amounts, all of that information on the report when you submit it, okay? And it's telling you, based on what you selected, how to go in and pull this data from your payroll provider. That's amazing, okay? So I just checked that out, right? So based on your provider, they're going to tell you how to download the data, and then you're going to upload it, okay? Majority owners, please list the names of any majority owners, 50%, over 50%, and their immediate family members. That immediate includes spouse, children, siblings, parents, aunts, uncles, nieces, nephews, and step relatives contained in the payroll reports. Please enter none if this does not apply to you. This is important. It goes back to the beginning when I said, if you are majority owner and employee, like me, I'm a majority owner and I'm the employee, I do not qualify. As the majority owner, if I have W-2 employees that are my immediate family, I don't qualify and they don't qualify. So you want to list their names of all of your family members that are on your payroll reports here, because they will then be excluded from the counts. Okay? Then you're going to scroll down to the federal 941s, 943s, and 944 forms. These are your payroll tax forms. Okay? So to assist with calculating your credit, we need the federal forms filed for your payroll. So when you submit your payrolls, right, you pay taxes. So you have the access to these payroll reports. You may need to simply call your payroll company and ask them for this report. Most of them will give it to you if you do not have it. So it's saying, please upload the applicable federal forms for 2020 quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4, and 2021 quarter 1, quarter 2, and quarter 3. Please also include any 941X forms filed during this period. If you took work opportunity tax credit or the R&D development credit, please also upload that information. I mentioned in the previous video all these amazing tax credits that small business owners can get. These are some of those that they're referencing here. So if you're taking advantage of those, great. You want to make sure that you upload that documentation. Okay? No, so now it's asking for PPP information. So I said, don't include PPP in your sales count, right? In your gross sales, gross revenue. You can get this credit and get PPP, but it takes it into account, right? So you need to provide the information of what PPP, what you received. So if you didn't receive a PPP loan, okay. Did you receive draw 1? Did you receive 1 and 2 draws? So I'm going to put 1 draw so we can put quickly, because many of you all receive PPP. But if you didn't, that does not matter. PPP amount received. So example, let's put that we received 20,000 and what date we received it. let's say it was on 5/21 of 2021. Okay, let me go back here. 2021. Okay, and PPP loan number one, how long did it take for you to meet the forgiveness requirements? And you're going to see there's a drop down. I mentioned before there's covered periods for PPP. That's what these are. So how long did it take you to meet the forgiveness requirements? They varied, right? Because the rules changed for PPP as well. I'm just going to put 24 weeks here. That's the cover period I was under. Okay. So company authorized signer information. So when you're submitting, please understand that it must be someone authorized to sign on behalf of your company. So, and they have important note, please ensure the information is accurate. Even if your contact information hasn't changed from your initial submission, we request this information again for accuracy purposes. The information is difficult to change after submitting this form. So inaccuracies, again, will significantly delay your filing. Please note that we will use the legal company name submitted on your 941 forms when filing your ERC claim with the IRS. The information below will be used for all future communications from ERC specialists. So we know it happened like with IDLE. Understand that they are going to be matching your company records. So you have to be accurate. That is going to make it go so smooth. So authorized signer, you're going to put your first name and last name. Then authorized signer email, you're going to put your email again. This is another opportunity to double check your email address to make sure it's going to the right place. Then you're going to put the authorized signer title. And then you're going to put your current company email address. And then again, you want to make sure this is accurate as well, because we've had a few people that provided inaccurate addresses, mailing addresses. So what is your company mailing address? You want to make sure you're accurate here. Put that information in there, and then you're going to hit the submit button again. And so then once you do that, then you will get another email, right? So it will populate a screen. You will get an email again once the analysis to let you know that is now in process. And you will continue to get emails all the way through the process so that you're kept up to date on how they are proceeding with your claim. Okay, so that's why it's important not only to upload the documents, but then to be quick, right, prompt in following up with any correspondence. So if they send an email requesting additional information, which can happen, or correction of information, again, the sooner you do that, the sooner they can get to completing your analysis. So you don't want to delay and go away for a week or 2 weeks. And again, continue to monitor your emails. So again, once they do that, then once they have your documents, they clean them all up, they get them ready to be analyzed. They analyze them, they let you know that. And then once they analyze, they inform you, you review it, you sign, right, authorizing them to file. Then they file for your credit with the IRS, and then it's in the hands of the IRS, right? Waiting for the IRS to submit your deposit. Okay, so I'm super excited to host this because again, there's so many millions of small business owners that still don't know about the employee retention tax credit, that they can get up to $26,000 per employee for refundable payroll credits across 2020 and 2021. Now, the reason you didn't see Q4 of 2021, it used to be Q4. The Senate passed a bill, the infrastructure bill, that removed Q4. And now you have members of Congress trying to reinstate Q4. So they never should have removed it, but they did. Because again, they felt the money wasn't allocated and they can use it for something else. But it wasn't allocated again because so many businesses don't know about it, or it's so complex they didn't know how to do it themselves. So I'm happy to bring you good news. we are the experts, right? I partner with the experts to help you get your credit. And so I'm available too to assist you. I'm here every step of the way to make sure that you get everything submitted, that the process goes smoothly. So you're free to reach out to me, and I do reach out to you. So if there are days, if it goes past a certain number of days, expect to receive a phone call and an email from me to let you know where you are in the process, or that something is missing from you, or some type of action you need to take, especially when they come back congratulating you on the amount that you received, because I want to personally congratulate you and just hear from you how this is impacting your business, because it has been huge for the businesses that we have been able to help. So those that are watching, even if you do not have W-2 employees, you know people that do. You have peers, you have neighbors, you have relatives, you have fellow church members. You take your children to daycares, right? Those daycares are small business owners, and the majority of them probably do qualify for this credit, because childcare providers were one of the ones super hit. Do you go to the gym, right? So you're frequenting the gym. That business owner may qualify for this program. Did you go buy a used car or a new car, right? That dealership is a small business. And most likely they don't even know about this credit that can help them in their business. I mean, you go to the doctor, the medical center, the chiropractor, the dentist, the optometrist. You go to get your hair done. You go to the salon. Most of these places, retail places, have W-2 employees, okay? But it doesn't stop there. We've helped so many home care providers, trucking companies, logistic companies, even consultants, right? There's companies, IT companies that are online. They have staff. So again, it is not limited to the type of business or the type of industry. If you have W-2 employees and you meet the qualifications regarding to COVID-19 shutdown orders, there is a chance that you qualify. So it's worth it taking 5 to 10 minutes to see if you qualify, even if you were told you didn't qualify before, okay? And it's worth it to go share this. Sharing is caring. Sharing this information with a business owner to know that you've impacted another business is huge. I mean, it is so rewarding that what they're able to do now that they know that they have money that's coming in, even though it's going to take some time for them to get it, they can now plan for it, right? So where they were losing hope, now they have hope. They can keep the faith. They can still be in it. That is what I have experienced with helping hundreds of business owners, and we still continue to help business owners. So I will be doing this for the next 2 to 3 years. So expect to see me here frequently, reviewing this information, providing updates. The last update came out in November 2021. But again, people ask me all the time, I don't qualify because I'm sole owner employee. So am I. So best believe I'm looking to see when if and when they change the rules, so that I can apply for myself for quarter three and quarter four of 2021. And if they change the rules back to quarter four 2021, I get to claim that as well. So know that I continue to stay on the forefront for you guys, advocating, petitioning, keeping my eyes and ears open, talking to leaders, doing my research so that I can bring this information back to you. So again, I hope all of you all that meet the qualification, all of you all that have W-2 employees, go to the link and submit the survey to see if you qualify for it, okay? And then look forward for a call from me when you do, so I can congratulate you. As always, continue to be the boss with amplified impact. Continue to stay safe and in good health. Talk to you later.